Okay, well this is replacement video 12 for the one that I deleted because I tried a new technique, having the lathe running in the background to give it that workshop feel, but I had a negative comment on it saying it was too noisy, and I suspected it might have been, so no harm done. I'm doing a replacement, and apologies to Fred Miller, whose comment I can't publish, but thanks for sending it in anyway, Fred. Anyway, here's where I'm at. I've got the original, well, the four-jaw Pratt Bernard chuck that came with it is now fitted, all cleaned up. It's in good condition actually. It was rusty like everything, but basically the chuck itself is solid and quite good. The backing plate on it had been gouged around. When they put the bolts through to bolt it up onto the backing plate, they'd simply just ground them off on a grinder, and of course mucked up the back of the plate, so I've faced that off, as you can see, and I fitted the oil guard on that was sitting in the box. Apart from that, it's as you saw it last time. I'm not going on with the motor system at this point, the drive system at this point of time, because I've ordered a 20mm wide, 2mm thick by 100mm flat nylon drive belt from Hong Kong. That's coming, and I'll make the drive system, I'll build that around that standard size drive belt, so doing it that way, it'll be a lot cheaper to source drive belts, and you'll always be sure of getting one rather than have one made up. In the last video that got the chop, I actually showed how I made up a chuck key for the Pratt Bernard. That it never had one, and I basically machined that up, bronzed in the six-faceted key tip, which this model Pratt Bernard uses, and bronzed in the T-piece as well. I was going to use a roll pin up on the T-piece, but it was that hard to drill I couldn't do it, so yeah, so now I've got a chuck key. Oh, very nice, good size, plenty of clearance. So that's another job out the way. And so while I'm waiting for the drive belt to come, I'll keep motoring along. And of course you need a tool post to hold your tools, and this is the original Lanten tool post holder for the poor old thing, and it's really been through the mill. Look at that. I mean, that's been trashed. So it's really not, I don't think it's really worth repairing that. I think I might just make up a new one. You could, I mean, I suppose at a pinch you could make up a new bolt and base, use this section here, but I mean it's pretty daggy. I'll think about it. And these are really pretty primitive type of tool post. It came with an oriental based four position tool holder, which are a good idea. And the only downside on this particular setup was he had this tensioning bolt screwing down into the thread in the top slide where that plug goes. So every time you loosened and tensioned it, you're wearing out the thread. The thread is in good condition. I don't think it's actually done much work. I don't think the lathe was really set up to really do much of anything when I bought it, so it's never really been used, and I don't like that idea. So what I'm going to do is, the idea is, as that's got a recessed base, I'll make up a raised piece of round section to actually fit in there, to locate it, centre it on the top slide, and they'll make it so that screws down. Take that plug out, it will screw down into that, and then the tensioning bolt will then screw down into the raised section. That way you're not wearing out the thread here. All the wear will be in the cone, in the cylinder of steel that will be the locating peg as such for the four-way tool holder. So she'll go on. I mean, this lathe is going to be restored to be used, not just to sit around as a decoration, so I want a proper tool post tool holder, so I'll use this. It'll do the job, and they are quite a good setup really. I might make the handle in the old style and make it look a bit antique-y, and use my imagination. So that's the plan. So until the drive belt comes here, that's where I'm at. And that's this part of the video. In the next section I'll just show you, because I did have some interest in whether this unit came with any collets. I'll show viewers the stuff that came with it in the box, so you can see what other accessories I've got with it. There you go, probably the only black Schaublin 102 lathe on the internet, so yeah, it's a nice little unit. So I'll show you the stuff in the box now. Stay tuned. Okay, well, when I got the lathe, it came with this trunk, which is of Japanese origin, and inside there's a whole bunch of stuff that is useful gear. And as you can see, there's what looks to be a full set of collets there. Here's the original 3-jaw chuck, which is badly worn on the jaws, but I may be able to rebuild those. I may be able to bronze on some hard faces and then regrind them in my spare time. So that's a job. That's not totally, all the actual jaws themselves are fairly tight, but it's just the tips are totally spun off. Somebody's let something slip on this big time. I mean, this lathe has been grossly overloaded at times, and you can just tell. And so that may be recoverable. And we've got a face plate down there with lots of holes in it. Looks like Swiss cheese, actually. Primitive key for the Schaublin chuck, so we can do something better than that later on. And we've got a backing plate for a drive dog. Got a little steady for turning these, and a ball bearing style super chuck, a really good chuck, that one, on a taper. Here's the draw tube for the all the collets. That's got either a bronze or a brass end on it. I don't know what that is. It's good and solid. It works nice. I did try it. No problem there. We've got another gadget here, top of a face plate for turning stuff. But I don't reckon that's for this lathe, because that's, I don't know what that would be, about number 3 or 4 morse in it. So I don't know how that comes into the picture, but it looks like something that's just laying in the box that's not really meant to be. We've got one of these, which is butchered on the end, but it's the main thing's okay. That's looks like turning wood using the draw tube, if I'm not mistaken. Here we've got the 90-degree steady or locator, broken off on one end. One of the wings is snapped off. That's not in the box, so that is recoverable. I can make one up and bronze that on and get that back to square one if time permits. So yeah. Oh, and over here we have a bunch of chisels, which I don't know where they come, how they come in, whether they're Schaublin chisels, but so yeah, it's a box of goodies that's all pretty handy. And as I said, all the collet side of things is here, and there's a whole bunch of them. And, that's an interesting one. So here's a little centre. That'll be handy. So yeah, lots of stuff came with it. So for the $375, it was a hell of a good buy, I think. Even though it is well worn, but it's a great little project, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a nice conversation piece and a nice little lathe to have. So there you go. I hope you found it interesting, and all your Schaublin fans, and I'll see you next time. Okay, cheers.